Welcome everyone to an odd AED&D episode. It's the Guild of Brockheart, and we are playing on a Wednesday because I just like to be out on weekends apparently. So we're starting off. We'll start off pretty quickly. The usual stuff to take care of. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, comment, and review. All that good stuff. It helps out a lot. But we have Dying Danger, the gnome or man face, and Knerversplurgen. And
Man face?
Yeah, the man face. The man bear who's playing gnome face. And Knerversplurgen. So we're gonna have a pretty simple match today, but anything to throw in, you guys?
It's got to be a short session today.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Short session today.
Short session
also,
next week on Wednesday.
Write in the comments. Write in the comments who you think's gonna win. Well, I don't know if we'll finish the battle this session, maybe next session, but comment and tell us who you think's gonna win the battle between Gnomeface and Gale Glockheart.
Brockheart.
Glavenus.
Isn't that what it is?
No, it's
Oh, my bad.
It's a weird name.
Hey, Karma, you criticized me for saying your name wrong, and then you
called me Man Face.
Man Bear, Gnome Face. Instead of saying them separate, I just smushed them together.
You just got
Man Face is a good name.
As far as Brockheart goes, you just got Brockheart on the mind.
I want to see those opinions on who you think's gonna win.
He just wants to get back to Brockheart, his home. It's in his heart.
Yep.
That's why it's called Brockheart. Anywho, all right. Recap wise, so last session, Sven went around and purchased he went around and looked at equipment, purchased a nice little encyclopedia of beginner plants to grab, so he no longer has to eat everything to see what it does.
Really simplifies things.
Say what?
It really simplifies things.
Yeah, and then Gnomeface went and purchased some stuff at the bookstore, dropped some of his old stuff off that he's not using anymore, and started headed to the arena. And Gale did his whole operation where he went to the sultans of Akasai, had a nice little conversation with them, gave them the gift from Brockheart, and he shall hear back from them tomorrow morning, I believe, right? Or is it the morning that you guys leave?
Well, I should hear back from them before then. So yeah, tomorrow morning.
I mean, you hear back from them on Wednesday at 8 a.m. and you're not leaving till Wednesday at 9 a.m. You still hear back before you leave.
Yeah, that's true. It's very nerve-wracking.
But yeah, so then he started headed down, and he was headed to the arena as it's late in the day, and there is an appointment at hand. So let's jump on in to that. We'll start with Sven because you'll be the easiest to start. So it's getting late in the day, and you know that the anticipated battle is gonna be coming on, and so you decide that, or you would probably want to decide to start headed there after you did your shopping.
Oh yeah.
So, there wasn't an agreed upon place, but do you guys just want to pick one and we'll all head that direction?
Yes. What are our choices to pick?
Pick north or south.
North.
All right, Gnomeface, east or west?
West.
All right, you headed to the northwest one. So, yeah, Gale, you headed that direction. Anything you want to pay attention to along the way or something, or?
I mean, I'm pretty dead focused.
Oh shit! Sorry, Sven.
I mean, I pulled Wilhelm's head out of a pile of baled pastries.
That's true.
I'm hauling him over to this Coliseum's not the right word. Stadium seems right. Arena.
Yeah, I was just using arena because it's kind of smaller, but
yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get me and Wilhelm into here to watch this fight go down.
All right, so yeah, so you start moving and you start budging between people. You know, it's a busy streets and all that because I mean you are in the shopping bazaar of this city, and you get in line. There's a spectator line to enter the arena, and it kind of moves pretty quickly once one battle ends and the next one starts. Like you have people cycle in and out. There's a lot of people there that are just for fun, and a lot of people there that are, and also a handful of people there that just wanna. They're there to see a specific person, root for their home team, type of thing. So yeah, you end up sitting in line for a bit, and then we'll leave you here as we grab one of the other two, and then we'll come back to you before the match actually starts. So, who's going first?
I'll take it.
All right. You, Colton, and the Knights all land on the second floor.
Is
Right
this
from the
where
top.
the arena is?
Yes. So that this is the floor of all the shops and apartments and hotels and blah 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 blah. It's the moneymaker of the city. And you know that you have to go to the northwest arena. Meta wise, there was discussed previously that a lot of times people can get into the arena and test out the equipment by buying, like when they buy something at a shop they can go in. Other than that, you're not entirely sure how to get to the fighting spot of the arena.
I mean, it would do well enough for me just to see how big it is. As far as that, Colton, I don't want to get lost in the city, and I do have a deadline to meet. If you wouldn't mind directing me to the Northwest Arena before retiring to your chambers, or staying to watch, if you so please, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I can head you over in that direction. I'm not sure on how to get in. I know how the spectators get in. There's a nice long line, but to actually participate in fights, you might have to bounce around a shop or two, but you're going to be on your own there.
We'll get to that when we get to it. Lead me as far as you can, please.
All right, yeah. So he directs you towards the northwest area. You know, you take the main road for a good part, and then you cut up to like a smaller main road, and then you go forward, and you get to where it kind of splits off, where like there's a queue for the spectators, and then the shops are right around the arena, and so this is the point where he doesn't know where you have to go. For him, he just has to get in line and wait.
Okay. As soon as Colton makes me aware, he's not sure where to go next, I do a wisdom check just to try and overhear the chatter and commotion, the direction of traffic, population-wise, to see where people are registering as contestants.
Okay.
I always have to check. That is a +4. All right. 19.
You hear a lot of people talking that the sword shop or like the sword and armor shop is actually a good place to start.
Well, upon taking that all in, I head that way. This is our unopened booth.
I mean, it's from where you are, it's pretty easy to find one of them. And yeah, so you walk in, and there's swords and shields and equipment all around the place, and someone asks you, "Hello, how can we help you?"
I am looking to register as a contestant tonight, actually.
So yeah, the conversation starts, and then your HUD pops up, and and the options are like, I like to buy, I like to sell, I'm here to fight, or I'm here to, or I'd like to talk, type of thing in the game. So you click.
It's so strange when that happens.
Yeah. So you click I'm here to fight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you click on that, and then it asks you to register. So you fill in your information, within the HUD, like name, representing city, blah 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 blah, a bunch of stuff. However you want, how you want to be introduced by like an announcer. So you fill all that in to your heart's discretion. I will let you narrate that when the time comes.
All right.
And yeah, it also has a thing of like, who do you have a declared a random opponent or a pre-selected opponent? And yeah, go for
Declared.
Yeah.
Gnomeface of the Guild of Brockheart.
it. Yeah, so you put Gnomeface, and descriptor might be part of the Guild of Brockheart type of thing. So you enter that, and then you get added to the queue. It seems like one person holds the place in a line, and then you go as soon as like whenever your time comes and both parties are there. So, yeah, they actually they tell you, okay, you may proceed to the back of the there's an entryway towards from the side of the shop kind of thing into the waiting area where you can go psych yourself up, get pumped.
I do that. I head to the entryway and I try to meditate. Of course, it's hard to because I'm just so fucking excited.
Before we switch over, did you leave your knights outside with Colton?
I did want to have a word with them before I enter.
That was going to be my second question. And what were your parting
Yeah.
words before you went in the arena?
Fellow knights, if the grievances between various factions of Brockheart have no interest to you, you may retire to your chambers. Although be aware, such things do happen. These adventurers, they go out, they fight boars, they pick random quests, they have no allegiances, they just want more experience, more power. They'll move to another city if they can. There's we knights who hold Brockheart up high. No matter what guild, no matter how lofty their tales of conquest are, they are not true loyalists. They are not there for Brockheart. They are there for themselves, and this Gnomeface is no different. This is where we put our stake in the dirt and show them, these adventurers, the difference between knights and those who come and go as they please. The difference between me and Gnomeface.
They give you a very like inspired clap, like not just outrageously like crazy like really fast, but just like a very like a bravo, like we're rooting, and they go like, you know, they're both like, you got this, boss, like we're rooting for you, you can do it. Yeah, hold your head up high and represent Brockheart well.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you for the encouragement and words. Now, I must focus.
So yeah, you go in the back room. You enter the back room, and you wait there to be summoned and such. And yeah, that's where you sit. What kind of what are you gonna do to prepare before we switch to Gnomeface?
To observe the size of the arena, and if any contestants enter the arena before me, I'm just going to see their starting positions, just so I can get kind of an idea of what things are going to look like when I step foot in there.
Okay. Yeah, the arena is actually a. Oh, I drew a circle. I want an oval. It's a nice it's a nice oval. You're at the end of it. So like, you're at one end and there's a similar end at the other side. But it's not like a circle. So, and then the starting position is I forget the centroid of an ellipse.
I don't know.
Essentially, if you take an ellipse and you draw the circle, or the center point of, if you draw two circles that like butt up next, that are tangent to the arc, that's where you stand. I forget the actual name of it. I learned about it, but I forget the name of it. Yes. You're equal distance to the wall and the center of or to each of the walls behind you.
to dumb it down, is it 60 feet away, 30 feet away? Between what range? Between starting opponents.
Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times 5. Oh, that's 550. That's fine. Probably like 100 feet away between the two of you.
Is there any obstacles within the course?
No, it's a wide
All-
open course.
Okay.
Actually, I'll make this a little smaller. We don't need it that big. Then let me draw a square on here real quick. I fucked up. Yeah. So, no, it's a wide open circle or ellipse. Yeah, no obstacles to speak of. So it's not like playing dirty is an option.
All right. All right, cool. I just focus. I just game plan. I just think about the skills I have and what I've seen Gnomeface do, and I just focus. I stand there, full deep in thought, pre-battle meditation. It's not a skill. This is what I'm doing.
That's fair. Okay, that looks right. Sorry, I'm trying to draw a shape here, and I think right here is the center of this one, and it's the 5 in between. All right. Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 5, whatever that is, 450 feet.
It's a lot of feet.
Yeah, but there's also 25 feet between. No, I did that wrong. 45 feet between the two of you, and 25 feet between you and the wall. Wow, I was adding zeros. I was doing 50. Holy cow. All right. So now that we know Gale's game plan, Gnomeface.
Yep.
You're frozen to me, but it's kind of funny.
Am I frozen?
Your face
you
is.
Oh.
It's a really good position.
Incredible ventriloquist.
It's a yeah. You could rival Jeffrey. Oh wait, whatever.
It looks like I'm dead.
Kind of.
You're a talking image,
Which makes it even more impressive.
You're playing from beyond the grave.
That's how much I love this game.
By the time you got done shopping and visiting the bookstore, you knew it was getting close to time, so you started heading that way yourself. You were a lot closer.
I did.
Because you were like pretty much directly west of the gates, the elevator, so you had very little area to go. And yeah, you start approaching where the arena is, and the senses of sound and just chatter is helping you direct you where to go, at least to get to the general area.
Yep. Well, I've been walking around too, so I kind of know the area at least a little bit, I would imagine.
Yeah. As you approach the area, you see like a couple lines, and like you see the center shops that are pretty much where the arena are, and the shops along it. And yeah, there's the same type of shops that he saw, but they're pretty much all around. Like each person who makes gear is like, yeah, I'm selling right here. So they all have their own emblem and blah blah blah. So, which shop would you like to go into?
Well, honestly, I don't really have a preference because I bought everything I wanted to buy. I know they use as entryways, but I also kind of like to maximize my times. But I don't need anything, so I just kind of go in. I look for a place not for regular weapons, but for unique weapons, and I want to keep my eyes on their stock to see if there's anything neat and shiny.
Okay. Yeah, you go to one of them. They sell more of like the exotic weapons on the character sheet or on the sheet. So you would see martial, go down exotic. Yeah, like you see nunchucks, you see hooked axes, like sawtooth sabers, or sawtooth sabers, like a gnome hooked hammer, orc double axe, like stuff that's like lasso. Like they sell like the stuff that most people aren't starting off with. And it's
I,
pretty much anything on that page you can find in there.
um,
A sigh.
I think that would be, but no, I want small stuff that I can carry with me that I can enchant and sell. So,
So pretty much anything light melee weapon.
I'll pick up like a fighting fan, a sword breaker dagger, and a pair of sai. Sai are those those pronged ones, right? That Raphael uses.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I want a pair of sai, swordbreaker dagger, and a where was it? Fighting fan? A fighting fan. On my way to register.
Yeah, so you go to the you know, someone approaches you and asks how they can help, that usual garbage, and then it's I want to buy, sell, the same stuff as him. So you go in and you click I want to buy first. And yeah, so they give you the options anywhere between what are the shit? Better or between basic and better on all of them.
I would go with good.
I just start scrolling down. So good, it'd be 60 for the fan. You said a parasite?
Yeah.
24 for each individual for the parasite, and then a sword breaker dagger. 120.
So altogether, that was what?
180, 204.
I pay it, and then I go to register.
They ask you to enter the information, just like I was discussing with Gale, where it's like, okay, you know, register yourself. You put your name in. You're gonna announce yourself, but like, yeah, you put your name. You're representing city or entity, blah 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 blah, and then it also puts on like, are you choosing, or do you want a random opponent, or do you have a pre-selected one?
Pre-selected.
When you hit that, you type in, you know, however you want to say it, Gale Glavinus or just Gale. I don't know how you want to choose that one.
Pre-selected Gale Glavinus.
Okay. Yeah, you do that, and then you hit submit, and when you hit submit on that one, it like a thing pops up, and it gives you Gale's registered profile.
Okay.
And you have to hit like, is this the person that you're pre-selected to fight, type of thing, so you can hit approve or deny or say yes or no on that one. And to you, it looks like, it's without having you guys to exchange too much, it looks like what Gale would have put down for himself.
Okay.
So what do you select yes then?
Yep.
Okay. So you select yes. Gale, at the same time that he does this, is you get a little ding in your HUD to pull up your messages, type of thing. Like kind of like a you got mail type of thing.
I check it. My eyes pop open mid Zen meditation. Boom. Zing. Open message.
Yeah, you click on it and it says, and it shows you like the attention, Gnomeface, blah blah, has selected you for a opponent. You also it also says it's like, yeah, it seems to be the person that you selected. Is this correct? Yes or no? And it has the information that he would have put in there without having to both describe it all right now. So you hit yes, and then at the same time for both of you, it replies like, all right, you guys are third in line. So you know that, and then we're going back to Gnomeface. So yeah, there's a dismiss option, but yeah, it tells you you are third in line for the arena type of thing. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Well, I'm waiting for Gnomeface.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure you're still awake. You look like you're sleeping.
You look like you're dead.
Anywho, so yeah, then
Does it still look like I'm dead?
yeah, after you dismiss out of that, someone directs you to the back room, and there is uh there's a little walking, and you get into a room similar to Gale's, with there's a couple people in there, and it's a room to psych yourself up or just mentally prepare yourself. Well, both. Prepare yourself for the fight. Yeah. Okay. Now we get to switch back to Sven. You get to the front of the line.
I gotta go check on my boys. So I'll be right back.
That's good.
Set your camera.
No, don't touch this camera. It's funnier this way.
It's perfect. Don't change a thing.
Yeah, so we get to you, and you're at the front of the line, and you start making your way in. You're in the bottom left corner. I'll actually bring you to the map now. Where's the player tab thingy? Trigger. And all right. So you're entering about here. Well, that was delayed. So you can pick anywhere around the top that you'd like to sit. But you enter in here, and then you proceed to find a spot for you and Wilhelm.
All right, somewhere like up here.
If you want to, yeah. But so the line that you're bringing in, or that took you in, are here. If that in the bottom left, if that sways your decision.
Yeah, I suppose I've been fighting crowds for a while. I'll stick around here. So let's see. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So you end up do you go up the stairs even more? Like, you want a higher spot, or do you want like front and center?
I mean, I want to be pretty close to where this is going down, just in case.
Okay, yeah. So like you walk up, there's some stairs to go up or whatever. You get up there, and then there's the main walkway, and then you can either go up, and there's plenty of seats up there, or you go like there's a couple of rows if you go down. So you end up finding a spot for you and Wilhelm that's pretty easy to get in and out of, plenty of space. And yeah, so you sit there and wait. He doesn't have to be here for this.
I'm back.
Now, between where I'm sitting and the actual field out here, what sort of obstacles are there in between me and my traveling companions?
It really does look like I'm dead.
Literally just like a railing. It's like a wooden railing.
It's a railing, but there's no like 10-foot drop or anything like that.
Oh yeah. It's, I'd say probably closer to like 20 feet.
Ouch.
Like, this is it almost looks like where you guys came in, you went up like 10 feet, and this is sunken down even more.
Okay.
Like, it's made to like give everyone a bird's eye view on everything. You know, now that you did that, now your camera's never going to load.
Gone forever.
Better yet, he might have taken all his bandwidth, and so now his voice might not even load. Oh wait, no, I still can hear his TV.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you guys now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
My Discord is being
Sometimes
all
I can
wonky.
still hear him.
I told him to leave
He's
it
being cattywampus.
because
I didn't touch it.
It's like he's still here.
you turned off your camera.
I didn't touch it. It turned itself off.
Oh. Well, don't do that.
I didn't do it.
Sure. Anywho,
You guys are right. I miss Dead Kenny.
It did look pretty dead. That was a very unflattering situation.
I just thought it was normal for a while, and then I'm like, oh, it's been like 10 minutes. You still haven't moved. I might say something. But yeah, so Gale is some more, or not Gale. Sven is more pertinent to you, but the other two should hear this. Yeah, so there's 2 fights going on before them, and you know people are. So you get in a good view of the action, fights or shots going back and forth, or whatever. Meanwhile, the entire time up in the stands, there's cheering for both sides, like ooh, ah, yeah, just whenever some people are there just for carnage. Like whenever a big hit goes, you hear a loud cry. You can tell that there's certain like teams or fans for teams or whatever. And throughout the whole thing, you hear every so often, some concessions, but you also hear like people placing bets, like hey, we got, and they're just calling out odds and numbers and stuff, like hey, who do you like, do you put some bets down on this person, 21 on, or 20 to 1 on left, or on the archer type of thing. And yeah, the fights go on for a little bit, and then one of them just flops down, like just falls and just like can't get up. The other guy like goes to go a finishing crit, and like halfway through his swing, he just gets frozen.
Why didn't you wash your hair?
And as you're looking at this part, Gale and Gnomeface can't see, but like the one guy just standing there, like he's like mid swing, and like he looks like he's just frozen in time. And then like 2 people walk out from the other side, like the top and bottom, and you can see them just like one person is in charge of one, the other one's in charge of the other one, and they just kind of like slide them away from each other. And then like you see like a healing aura that goes on around them, and then they're back to moving, where the guy finishes his swing and was like, wait, what? And then the other guy just gets up like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good now. And then they're like, and then the announcer calls on, like, all right, we have the swordsman taking it down, and the crowd roars and everything. And they get together, the handshake, and raises the hand of the swordsman, and the crowd cheers again, and they go on their way. They ask the 2 people who came out, who looks like revitalized them, escort them in separate directions, or whatever. So then there's some murmuring and stuff as people are anticipating the next fight. You see people flow in and out and stuff. This place is just chooching along. Like you can tell it's done this for a while. They're set in what they're doing. And yeah, the announcer starts getting people hyped up for the next match and starts calling 2 people out. At this point, Gale and Gnomeface would see this in different parts. But like the doors open up as like there's a person in each of their rooms. Their name gets called, and they start walking to the middle. There's a big like black like square for them to stand on, and they start walking out. The announcer's out there just calling, like hyping them up, hyping up the hype man, and yeah, he starts going, gives everyone like the low key on each person. And then the fight starts, and then it's just roaring and everything, and back to just like literally back to how it was, different cheers at different points, like concessions, people, making or bets and stuff like that. It's just hectic, chaotic, and just crunching along or churning along. So that's what you're experiencing, Sven. Any questions before we find out what the other two are thinking?
Oh, you answered all my questions. I was thinking I'd have to revive one of them. Good to know I don't need to worry about that. I can save the darts.
Very true. All right. Who wants to go first? Gale or Gnomeface. What's going through your mind right now, and what are you doing?
I'm basically just meditating, making sure my mind is peaked up and ready to go. I'm overconfident. Gnomeface thinks he's gonna go in there and just fucking explode Gale's face.
Fair. I can understand that. Gale,
Mm-hmm.
let's get this in the head of you.
As I'm meditating, my thought is interrupted. A tinge of insecurity. Remember that many of my powers are not entirely my own. I grasp at King Albert's knight's amulet. I have it tucked away under my satchel. I wear it around me, but he entrusted me with this power for the pride and glory of the knights. My king made me, helped me become the man I am. I don't just stand for myself. I stand for king and country. I need to remember that. I need to bring glory to the knighthood. This isn't about me. This is about all of Brockheart. And I clasp that amulet. My fist tightens, and I release it, being given comfort by its warmth.
Excellent. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Is riding on this.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said that's kind of egotistical that he thinks all of Brockheart is riding on this.
I mean, he's the Knight of Brockheart. And then, I mean, that goes along with his character. So, sounds about right. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, as that last bit was going, you guys go on to roll 20, draw, and get ready to drag yourself in, but don't do it quite yet. Yeah. So the Sven, just like the last one, this time it's a little different situation. It's not like the knight is slashing down the archer. But yeah, they all of a sudden, the two people in battle gets frozen, and same two people come in, just like spread them apart. You see they get like revitalized as you assume. And yeah, then all of a sudden, like for them, it looks like for them time has started back up, and they announce the winner and stuff like that. Crowd cheers, boos, all sorts of stuff, and the two of them get taken to the side. So next, both Gale and Gnomeface, you get a little ding that like goes across the screen. You are next up. Get ready.
Bring myself on.
So yeah. All right, Sven. Who's going first? Who's announcing themselves first?
Well, I mean, Gale was the first to walk into this place.
Okay, good point. All right, so Gale, the announcer starts going. He's hyping up the crowd, and he's like, in this corner, introducing Gale Glavinus, and then well, you're not on yet.
Oh,
the doors are like the doors are just opening, so you have to decide. But yeah, so this insert your description, blah 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 here that you used to register.
Gale Glavinus, the burning fist of Brockheart. representing the Knights of Brockheart. I don't know how many words I'm allowed to jam into my description.
As much as you wanted to.
Gale Glavinus, here to bring glory to the Knights of Brockheart. The infamous and famous Black Fist, the beautiful fist, the burning fist of Brockheart. Let his many monikers bring glory to king and country.
Excellent. I mean, it's a hype man. He wants to, like, spell your accolades and stuff like that. Like, he's trying to get the crowd riled up, so he's gonna insert as much as he can. Yeah, so then you your door opens up and you can walk out and go onto your square. And then he's like, you know, the crowd cheers as you enter in. Like, looking around, you see, like, it's pretty packed. Like, there's a lot of people here. And you know, the announcer dude's in the middle, and then on the other side, then he's like, and now in this corner, Gnomeface, and he announces the accolades that, or anything that Gnomeface put in his description. Insert here.
So basically, I'm not really good at this shit, so I'm winging it here. One of the founders of the Guild of Brockheart, saviors of Prince, I forgot his name.
Jeremiah.
Was it Jeremiah?
Or, that's in my notes.
Okay. Savior of Prince Jeremiah, master of both magic and swordsmanship, and true adventurer. I think that fits him.
I give you Gnomeface, and your door opens up. The crowd is roaring, you know, a little bit, and then as you start stepping out, then it roars even louder and all that type of stuff. And yeah, so you walk out, you get to your square. There's a little the guy waits for, like, the crowd to die down a little bit, and he kind of looks at you guys. All right, guys, don't burn the place down, but give it your all. Enough said?
Enough said.
And he's like, are you ready? And then he lets go of the mic and he runs off the stage. And then there's a loud, like, after some anticipation, there's just a loud, like, firework crack in the sky telling you to go.
Do we roll initiative or do we pick this up later? Fellas, I'm ready to keep going.
Do we have...
I would honestly
Time?
love to keep going, but I have to put my kid down and I have to be an adult.
Okay, let me roleplay this just for a split second. Upon hearing the announcement from Gnomeface's narration, he saved Prince Jeremiah. My fist was clenched. I was ready to sprint forward. For a split second, I have to contemplate that, but I am prepared to fight. That's all.
Actually, I forgot about that. That would have been a pretty good way to settle this earlier without the drama of the fight.
I forgot that that was his name that I gave him.
Yeah,
We just always called him Prince. Is it Prince Albert?
Mm-hmm.
No, King Albert.
King Albert?
Prince Jeremiah.
Okay, I definitely stole King Albert from somewhere.
Well, a Prince Albert is a piercing in your hoo-hoo.
Take that to the bank, kids.
TMI.
Yeah, I didn't want to say what it actually was because, yeah, we're on Twitch. But yeah.
And do not take that out in a bank.
Don't take it out, but take it too.
Yeah. The only one I actually remember was King Mufasa, and that's because we kept fucking with you for calling the guy Mufasa.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking King Albert has to be like King Albert is part of like a video game franchise.
Yeah, I'm sure there have been multiple King Alberts and works.
Legend of Dragoon.
It was Legend of Dragoon, okay. Because I'm pretty sure we were talking about Legend of Dragoon around that. That sounds right.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? That's a fantastic game. Anywho, okay.
It is.
I want to set the scene, and any normal, like, cliffhanger ending of an episode has that, like, anime has that, like, entering screen of both players like starting their action, what is their initial action for this shot going to be? Be descriptive so Donnie Danger can draw it later.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Alright.
So basically, I've got my new cloak on, and it's, kind of fluttering in the cheers of the crowd, and I've got both hands extended. I haven't drawn my new elemental weapon because I'm not going to play with those in something. I may be underestimating Gale, but I also did see him backhand one of my firebolts back at me, so it's kind of like a 50-50 underestimating. So I've got like both hands. One's got a earth-coated fireball in it, and the other one's got a ball of electricity just floating, waiting to be cast at him.
Now, are you like mid launch at one and like you're holding like you're
No, kind of like standing there with my hands up, holding them, just waiting to see which way he moves so I can launch them.
what stance do you have? Are you like parallel stance, like in line, or do you have a like left foot forward type of stance? Or are you just like
Parallel, like just basically.
I am God, I dare you to come to me, and you're just holding two different fireballs up, or two different balls up.
I would say standing straight, like a normal stance. Your feet spread a little apart. My hands are slightly in front of me, but not pointing at them. More like holding the two elements, like you see in all the elemental movies, where the elements are floating above the hand.
Okay.
Right.
Gale, I'm picturing you at this point would be like you would have squatted at the start. You would have squatted down and got ready to just sprint in a direction.
Exactly. I'm pretty much in a sprinter stance. I'm getting ready to book it towards Gnomeface as fast as possible.
A cool thing for the picture would be, are you planning? For this very moment, I would allow you to, for the picture. I was estimating that you would like activate your skin, so it'd be like what I'm seeing is like as you're taking your first step, as you're launching out of the squat and you take your first step, like your body is starting to transition into a different skin.
All right, yeah, very cool. Yeah, I'm mid sprint. Like I got like the sprinter stance. I got like a hand forward and like a hand behind me, getting ready. Activating ability. And the hand behind me, it's like mid molten skin.
And it's like going over you as a wave type of thing. Like, yeah, okay. That's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, and unfortunately, life happens, and the man bear had a kid. So
yep, I have to be an adult.
That was like 6 years ago. Shit,
And
nope.
Dan has
7.
Oh, I was close.
7 years ago, I had a kid.
Yes. So yeah, he said put him down. Well, put him to bed, not put him down. That's completely different.
That you would never hear from me again if that happened. I'd probably go into a pit of unevil darkness.
Ooh.
Please don't. 988.
Well, see? That's why I got the kid.
All you gotta do is hit 988, man.
Also, don't.
Well, I don't have to worry about it. No.
Also, what?
You all love him anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no, I still didn't hear what Donnie said.
I said also don't put the kid down.
Yes. So yeah, join us next week, Wednesday. It's gonna be a short session, and we'll see how much of this battle we can get done. Both of you make sure you add your health and MP to the Roll20. But yeah, so join us next week as the fight starts off, and we figure out who is the better between the two, or who can take advantage more, I guess. So yeah,
or who RNGesus prefers.
Yes, RNGesus rules all. So yeah, definitely if you listen to this or whatever, drop a comment on who you think is going to win. And yeah, I might have a prize for whoever guesses right. So we'll find out.
Betting is on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, bet as much as you want.
I will talk to you guys later.
So long everyone, and have a good one.